3, 2, 1, action.
Hello, I'm about to get my eyelashes done. And you're probably thinking, sorry. And I'm going to tell you that that is a fact. I'm currently laid on a bed about to get my lashes done by my wonderful friend Tamara. And I also needed to film my podcast today. But you know what? I'm a woman. Can you keep me down? I'm a woman and I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And that's currently what I'm doing. So, tomorrow, I swear to God. So stick around for this episode in which I'll be talking about dating with intention and why it is I'm so interested in white boys these days. Let's go. This is episode 4 of In Ayame We Trust. I know. Episode 4. Can you believe it? I cannot. This podcast is available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you want to watch it visually, it's available on YouTube. If you want to submit any agonies, you can do so on my website, everythingayame.com. But I guess we'll go back to what I'm talking about on the eyelash bed. See ya. For anyone watching, I'm really sorry that I'm on the left hand of the screen. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to work around Tamara because it is technically her lash studio. Would you like to introduce yourself, Tamara?
No.
Okay, great. Well, today we're going to talk about, I mean, Tamara already knows the story because we ran through it in the... Close your eyes. So the other day...
You muted it.
I muted me. I mute the sound so you can't hear it back unless you want to hear it back.
Oh,
Do you want to hear it back?
No.
Well then, why don't we stick to what we know? Okay. And right now, you know lashes, don't you? No.
It's gonna be a long day.
Well, apparently this session's going to take about 3 hours.
2.
Tomorrow's a fresh lasher. She's new and she's decided to.
Better not say that.
I feel quite violated by what you did. She covered my mouth. The other day I went on a date with a white man. And why, you ask? Because I'm currently in my white man era. And let me tell you what that means. It means that for the last 26 years, or let's say 8 years? No. When did I start dating? I've been a whore for a while. I started dating maybe about... When was my first boyfriend? I'm going to say 14.
I'll say 13.
Okay. There's no need for that. For the last 13 years, yeah. I've been open to dating several cultures, but predominantly black men have been in my parameter. I've had a couple of dates with a couple of Indian men, a couple of Asian, South Asian. Wait, no, that's South Asian. What's East Asian? That's it. And some white. By some, I mean 2 in 13 years. In the last month or so, I've thought, you know what? I'd like to try white men because culturally, obviously, my mother, shock spin for everyone that doesn't know, she's white. Tamara also has a white mother. Would you like to talk about it?
No thanks.
Okay. So, so I've decided that...
Oh.
Tamara turned on a fan. Please do that now while I'm quiet.
Okay.
Thank you. So I decided that I'd like to start seeing what white men are about, see how they are. So the other day I went on a date with a white man, and let me point out a couple of things that I was not used to with this white man. He was rather gentle in how he spoke. I haven't been really used to that, but the gentleness I enjoy because why? I'm a gentle babe. I've been instructed not to open my eyes now. It's getting serious. We're currently in the lashing phase. Wow. So that's currently why I'm in my white man era. I don't know about any of you. Every time I fall in love, every time I go on a date, I end up falling in love. I live in my dreams. Tamara.
It's the glue shaker. I promise it's not a vibrator.
What in the bloody hell is a glue shaker? What is that?
Oh, mate, just do the podcast.
I can't because the glue shaker is on. Okay. Now, one thing I've noticed since being in my 26th, almost 27th year is that I no longer date without intention. I thought, what would happen is I'd be single and go about the time like a street rat, going from house to house, knocking on gentlemen's doors and saying, hey, would you like to sleep with me? But of recent, I don't want to do that. I now date with intention. I'm currently in the market for a white man, if anyone's got one going. But no, I am dating with intention these days, because one thing I think what happens is when you work on yourself quite a bit and work on, getting to know what you like. Someone's hungry. Getting to know what you like, getting to know what you don't like, knowing how you wish to treat yourself, knowing what you wish to do with your spare time. I feel like doing those things makes you less tolerant of spaces, environments, and people that don't align with that. And that is why I'm currently dating with intention. I mean, not to say that, it also has no correlation with me dating white men. I'm sure a black man could give me good intention and treat me well. But I just thought, you know what, new year, let's try something new. That segment has been, I won't actually be getting my lashes done for the next segment because I do have to read the agonies. And Tamara's not very helpful when it comes to reading.
Wow.
She's dyslexic. No, she's not. Are you dyslexic?
I am.
Oh, she is, rotted. No, Tamara's
You
not.
wouldn't think that.
Why? Dyslexic has a look?
No, because I'm so, my vocab's just amazing.
Just because you struggle to read doesn't mean your vocab would be bad.
Listen, you put me under pressure.
I'm trying
right
to
now.
make you. I'm working in your favor. I'm saying just because you can't read.
I can read it fantastically.
You can read it fantastically, yeah. You can read it fantastically.
Yes.
You're really. Sorry.
It's the kids outside.
There's some children outside having a whale of a time. I asked for classics. Please ask me why there is a Russian volume on my eye. Why is my eye Russian? And all I asked was for a little tiny little French, maybe a little Italian, something like that. Why am I in the middle of Moscow right now with these eyes? This is what I'm going to say. Her technique is fantastic. I highly recommend her. But here's the thing. I don't wear lashes very often. I get my lashes permed because I like a nice natural look. I like to actually just look like my face. Do you know what I mean? I don't like waking up looking like I'm about to go to the club and it's literally 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing? But tomorrow's not done. Like I said, I've been on this table for however long. Are you doing it now?
Yes. Thank you.
I've felt very restful, but I'm currently traumatized because when I opened my eyes, I thought I would see a cheeky little princess. I didn't realize I would see Ice Spice, Princess Diana. That's what I saw. I feel like a hoochie mama with these lashes on. I feel like I'm about to go on the town. And all I'm going to do is light a candle and have a hot chocolate. That's what I feel like right now. But I feel like I'm ready to go out. It's just a lot. I'm not used to a lot. I don't get my lashes done. And I don't know why I decided this time around that I should. Tamara, you did a great job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I hate them. No, they're pretty. I do look stunning.
She does.
I do. But I always do. So that's not even, you haven't really evolved me.
I've enhanced it.
You haven't, because I'm always absolutely at the highest level of beauty. You've just added a different dimension, I guess. This is now the hoochie mama beauty.
That's right. White boy era.
I haven't eaten either. I haven't eaten in about 2 hours because I've been laid on this bed.
You had pretzels.
I had oh yeah. Thankfully, Tamara was so kind to feed me some sour cream pretzels. That was my dinner. That's been my dinner and my lunch.
And your 2 boiled eggs.
Oh, and she gave me 2 boiled eggs. Do you hear the rationing currently going on in this establishment? 2 boiled eggs and a pretzel. And this is what I look like now. If you're watching the video, the glue is stinging my eye. I actually can't see straight. I was actually very concerned that I would wake up, I would open my eyes and not actually be able to see. You know, you get horror stories. I mean, I trust that you're a very good lash artist, but you know, you hear the horror stories.
Of course.
Now Tamara's going to brush my lash. I do look really pretty. But I look really pretty as though I'm going to tape. You know?
You don't.
I do.
You're not used to it.
This is not a regular, like, day-to-day. What is that? What's that?
It's Bonda.
Bonda. Well, anyway, we're moving on to the next segment, which is the agonies. I said we were, but I'm doing it now. We're moving on to the next segment, so join me there, where I'll be in my home, and it will be bright, and it won't be 3 hours later. It is absolutely blitz. I'm sorry. I'm really upset. It is freezing, pissing cold. Why is it this bleating cold? Why in the heckin' hoot? I'm scrambled. My legs, I don't know where they are because I can't feel them. I can't feel my nose. My nose is red in my own home. Do you know how much of a violation that is? I've had to make myself a hot chocolate in the middle of the day. That's how cold I am. Hold on, let me have a slurp. Oh, that's tasty, I'm not gonna lie. It's a protein hot chocolate. It's a normal hot chocolate mix, but mixed with water and then protein. I actually cannot feel my feet. My toes are like blocks of ice in my own home. Well, tell a lie, I haven't been home all day. I actually just came back from horse riding when we spoke last. Within this episode, that was yesterday. This morning I woke up, crack of dawn, 9 a.m. and went and rode a horse. The woman said I did very well. Why am I horse riding? Because it's one of my things that I want to do this year. One of my extracurricular things that I want to do this year. So I started. It's the second week of Jan, so I thought, let me start now. And I rode a horse. She was really nice to me, although she was very defiant. She was a defiant girl, but I said, hey, babe, there's one boss here, and it's not you, horsey poo. It's not you little neigh whore. It's me. So follow my instructions. Anyway, that was at the arse crack of dawn, and the weather today, I think, is about, what's the temperature today, actually? It's 3 degrees. It's not even hit 0 yet, and I'm crying. I'm meant to be going to Toronto and New York next month, and that's going to be pissing freezing. What's the weather in Toronto right now? It's 1 degree. It's 1 degree in Toronto, and it's morning. It's like 8 a.m. in Toronto, and it's 1 degree, and it gets to -8 on Monday. So I'm really scared about that because, yeah, I can't feel my toes. Obviously, I'll dress a bit warmer, but I think I didn't realise I was cold until I got off the horsey bitch. And then I realised I couldn't feel anything, any of my limbs. I just don't like that I'm in my own home and I'm still at risk of hypothermia. You know, that seems quite unfair to me. I've got my heating cranked the whole way up. I'm really cold. I've got a thermal top on even. It's just, and the worst part is, and I know I'm going into a rant about the weather, which is, you know, you don't really want to hear on a Thursday. It's been snowing, which is cute. Snow is quite sweet when it's Christmas. When it's not Christmas or when I'm not on a ski resort holiday, it's not very cute. It's not very cute because I'm freezing now, actually. I'm waiting for the bus and I'm cold and it's snowing. Although snow is better than rain. Anyway, the first section of this, obviously I was getting my eyelashes done. Do I like my eyelashes? I think I look very pretty. But I'm someone that likes their natural face and their natural features because I'm actually really beautiful. And therefore, this extreme enhancement on the old eyes is just something I'm not very much used to. I'm trying to get used to it, but I feel like I look like I'm just ready to go. Wherever it is, I'm ready to go. I like to wake up looking like I've just woken up. I like to be in the context I'm in. Do you know what I mean? So waking up looking like I've done about 6 hours as a go-go girl and I've just placed myself to sleep and then woken up ready for my next shift. That's just not really, it's not really my bag. But to each their own. There's you know, girls, I think as well I've got quite a baby, like plump, big round face. So the eyelashes just make me look like a child, like a toddlers and tiaras situation. You know? I'm going to burp. That was a good one. Anyway, we'll move on to the agony section, which I've been saying, I think I've said about 3 times. We'll move on to the agony section, but we genuinely are once I warm up. And we're going to run through some agonies that are all about dating and going back into the dating world, similar to what I'm doing here. None of them are about the cold. Shall we go? Let's go. So the first agony reads, Dear Ayame, I've been a single gyal since birth, she wrote. Gyal. I'm single by choice, and part of it is because I pull no one. LOL. But honestly, I very much enjoy being single. Okay. But I'm reaching my mid-20s soon, and I literally don't know how to talk to someone, open brackets, with Riz, close brackets. How do I get a partner without doing the dating apps? Please. Here's the thing, sweet baby girl. I'm glad you enjoy being single. It's always good to enjoy being single because it's very important to enjoy being by yourself. As I mentioned, I'm bringing into 2024 being alone. How do you, I've never really met anyone of substance, let's say, from the apps. I find the apps diabolical, personally. I think it's honestly just a war zone. I hate to go anywhere near it, unless I want an ego boost. You know the vibes. But if you want to meet someone outside of the dating apps, you kind of just have to go outside. And that sounds kind of stupid, but yeah, that means maybe going out and about to different, I don't know, pubs, bars, museums, cafes. And it's not so much going out, it's also putting yourself out there, figuratively and literally. I don't consider myself someone with a lot of riz. I consider myself someone enjoyable to speak to, but you don't necessarily need riz. You just need to be a nice person to speak to. You seem like you're a nice person in the way that you've written gyal. I can tell you're a woman of fun. But yeah, just go out. You're literally in your mid-20s. You know what going out is, first of all. You're in your mid-20s. You know what it's like to go out. Go out. And if you don't want to meet someone in a bar, then go to a museum. If you don't want to meet someone in a museum, go to a cafe. If you want to meet someone maybe in the gym, but you have to be willing to put yourself out there and potentially be rejected. Rejection therapy it is. You have to be willing to go up to someone and say, hey, do you fancy me? And be willing to hear that no. I've not heard that as of yet. I've never really heard that, so I'm not sure how that feels. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. Take it as a joke. If you want to find someone without going on dating apps, then you're going to have to go outside and you're going to have to really be willing to go up to people and say, hey, do you want a kiss? Hey, no. I asked for consent first. Actually, no, that was asking for consent. Do you want a kiss? You don't know me, but So that would be my biggest piece of advice. Get out of your house, meet people. Go up and meet people. What's the worst they can say? Oh, sorry, I've got a girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay. Oh, congrats. See you later then. Oh, sorry, you're not my type. Oh, okay, fair enough. Weird, but okay. Most people type. Unless you're racist. Are you racist? Anyway, I'm getting into a hole. That's what I would recommend. Get out of your house, put yourself out there. Next agony. Dear Ayame, I love your content and you're such a marvellous person. I didn't make that one up, actually. They've actually said that, so thank you. I was wondering your thoughts on how to meet someone in person. I've just said, open brackets, not on dating apps, ... help, close brackets. I'm 25 and have been single for like 4 years since the start of the pandemic. And while I want to date someone, I really don't want it to be in the godforsaken apps. Cries, she's written. You are funny. I'm outgoing. I go out in the wild to dance classes, salsa, etc. But I don't know what to do. Any tips? Also for me and my fellow queer girlies. You're gay! No, you're queer. Any LGBTQ plus friendly tips? XOXO, thank you. ... She, her. And she's actually put her name. I'm not going to read out your name, babe, because this is anonymous and I don't actually know who you are. Now, if you go out in the wild, then that's kind of answered situation number 1 that I've answered. I actually have never dated a lesbian. Anyway, I've never dated a woman. I don't know where to find them, actually. If I were dating a woman, I'd have to call in one of my lesbian friends to really give me that insight. But I presume it's the same situation, putting yourself out there and, saying, hey, what are you into? Me? Women? Do you like women? Do you like women? Do you like women? I'm a woman. Do you want to have a little get together? Hey, do you want to date? Should we go to a cafe, get a coffee? I don't know. That would be, I mean, since the start of the pandemic, most people have been single since the start of the pandemic. The pandemic, took quite a bit of our dating lives, ate it all up. Well, if you go out in the wild, I would say, especially being a queer woman, queer girly, I would say going out in the wild is fun, but you also have to go out somewhere that a lot of queer people are comfortable going, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, in that the gay bars, you got to go to the gay bars, because that's where you're going to find your group of people, which is, I mean, it links to what I was saying with the other agony. You should go to places where you want to find someone that would also frequent those places, basically. So if you want someone that's into sports, you go to a specific sporting location. Or if someone that's into the gym, go to the gym. Someone that is queer, go to a queer. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say. Because, yeah, those apps, I mean, good God, they're hideous. LGBTQ friendly tips you've asked for. I would recommend that you stay LGBTQ. Don't change that. But friendly, I mean, so when you're approaching these people, whatever way they swing, basically, you have to have the confidence to know that what you bring to the table is what I would say. So my tips aren't really, they're everything friendly, really. That would be my biggest tip. Get out there and put yourself out there. I think that's actually the key thing I'm saying with these agonies, is putting yourself out there and being okay with potentially being turned down, because it happens no matter who it is you're speaking to. And you may actually go up to someone being so confident that, you know, you've given them the eye, they're giving you the eye. It's happened to me. I've given them the eye, they've given me back, and I've been like, do you want to have a kiss? And they're like, oh no, I don't actually fancy you. And I'm like, oh. Weird, mixed signals. Anyway, all right, no problem, see you later. You have to be okay with just saying, oh, okay, fair enough, bye. And being able to kind of not even dust yourself off, because to me, it's not that deep. That kind of rejection is not that deep. It may be for some people that have like a really bad experience with rejection, but rejection from some, like romantically, from like someone that you're just pursuing from the first time, it's not that deep. If they turn you down, it's literally not that deep, especially if you know that you're really leng. I'm really attractive. And if you've said no, that's okay. It's weird, but someone will say yes. I can literally put money on it, which is why I'm okay with putting things on my story and being quite forward with men. I'll give you an insight, because I date men, unfortunately. When I am pursuing a man, I say point blank, do you fancy me? Do you find me attractive? Can you hurry up then and ask me on a date? And I'm not saying that in a jokey way. I genuinely say that. Do you find me attractive? Are you in a position to date me? i.e., are you single or not? Okay. Stick a rocket up your ass then, please, because I'm here. Sometimes they need rockets up their ass, men and women. Sometimes they really, because they just think that the world is just turning and they're just kind of running through it. Anyway, I digress. That's my advice to you. Put yourself out there, which is the same advice for the other one. Anyway, I mean, does that make me inclusive if I'm giving the same advice to straight and non-straight people? I'm going to say yes. I'm inclusive. Dear Ayame, so I'm turning 18 soon, and I see all my friends get into relationships or dating or hooking up, and I've never even held hands with someone. She's a virgin. Let alone kissed or hooked up. She's a mega virgin. I know good things take time and my turn will come, but every time I see a couple my age, on or offline, there's just this sting in my chest, which makes me feel really bad. I just want to experience puppy love, but I feel like there's no way that my first relationship or even hookup will be before uni. Love you so much, and thank you for offering this. Oh, babe. Please don't feel a sting in your chest. I have friends, I'm 27, which means I've lived a good enough amount of my 20s. A lot of my friends, a lot of the people in my friendship group didn't lose their intimate virginities until they were about 21, 22. So there's really no rush with you being 18. And by intimate virginities, I mean like kissing, holding hands, having any type of relations with the other sex. So don't feel like 18 is like, just because you're around, I mean, I was a lot younger because I'm just a whore, but don't feel as though 18 is like, oh God, it's so late. It's absolutely not. Also, you going to university is an absolute hub, breeding ground, a dirty sexual pit. So if you are kind of, it's where you've got a whole load of people your age, brand new people, a lot older, a lot more conscious of their selves, and it's very likely that you'll find someone in uni, whether you want someone for a relationship, as the puppy love you said, or whether it's actually just a down and dirty dog. But I wouldn't recommend that if it's your first time. I would recommend a very soft, gentle approach to entering into the non-virgin world. Welcome. But no, I mean, don't rush anything. If you really ask, if you could ask people a few years your senior that have maybe lost their intimate relations virginity, that rushed it. I know plenty of people that rushed it that are full of regret, because it's a very big, important thing, and you want to do it with someone that you really like, that likes you, and you respect each other and respect each other's boundaries. And you being 18, as I say, is tiny. You're a little drop in the ocean of age. So don't worry at all. When you don't need to do it before uni. You don't need to force it. It's very likely that whilst you're at uni, you will see and meet someone new, and it will take off from there. And yeah. Just embrace it. It's very fun. It's very exciting. I'm very excited for you to just kind of hold hands with someone and kiss. Do not have sexual intercourse until you're ready. Do you understand me? You do not force that. But tell me when you do. That's weird, actually. That's actually quite strange. But yeah, don't feel weird. And I'm sorry you feel a bit of a sting in your chest. I hope it's not because people around you are making you feel as though you need to hurry up, because if they are, get away from them. They sound like bad news. But if it's just from your own kind of self, don't stop. I know that doesn't cure you, but honestly, nothing to worry about. 18, trust me. I know people that still my age haven't touched, kissed, dated at all. It's all when you are ready and when it comes to you and it finds you. So please do not rush it, and do not feel as though you're late to the party, so to speak. Some of us, we're just a little bit slutty. Anyway, so thank you very much for listening. I'll see you all and talk to you all next week Thursday. If there's anything specifically that you ever want me to speak about, do DM me, message me, email me on my everythingayame.com website. Other than the agonies, of course. And I will, as I say, see you next week. It's been a great time, eh? Bye-bye. See you later.